Let's do it, man.
We are doing it, Jim. We're live on Bud Light Game Night. Still Gastropub in Lakeview. He is Rockstar. I'm Ryan Brown, Lance Taylor, Jim Dunaway. Welcome to everyone. How's everybody doing?
Yeah, good, man. It's already Thursday. And
That's right.
These weeks fly.
Don't they, though, man?
Yeah.
It's like it's Bud Light Game Night all the time. How you doing, Rocky?
I'm a little loud, but I'm good.
Well, you turn it down, man. We've been sitting here for 15 minutes, and you just now decide you're loud?
Yeah, what's crazy is we just started talking.
Hey, if you walk over there,
We just started. I got it.
number
I got
four.
It. I
You're
got
number
it.
four.
Thank you, man. I got it.
Rocky, I'm number one. Will you do me too?
Yeah.
Turn me down too.
We've been here for 15
We
minutes.
have been. How
We've
you
all been
guys-
talking to each other with the headsets on. Full
What?
blast.
Did nobody check? Nobody checked the headsets, man. Let's
Oh,
go.
hey.
You
may want to hit the in-house volume too, Rockstar.
No, it's fine. We are live. It's still Gastropub. There's nothing Dunaway hates than us being on speakers. And we are right here at Still Gastropub. Nobody hates our show more than Jim.
I thought that was kind of the point.
It is kind of the point.
Put that on a t-shirt.
What, nobody hates our show more than Jim?
Yes.
Rockstar, it's on the mic amp in the back there, buddy. Mic amp behind. It's behind.
This is where you keep playing the musical open.
That's right. We're just going to keep playing. Yeah.
I'm not gonna do the.
Keep 1 and 4 need to go down, Rocky.
Yeah.
1 and 4.
You can take me down a little bit more before you sit back down. If you want to. I'll keep playing this chord right here.
What we got tonight? It's Bud Light Game Night there, LT.
$3. We got $3 Bud Lights.
Yep, $3 Bud Light, $3 Michelob Ultra. We've also got a Bud Light treasure chest.
What is in a Bud Light treasure chest?
Oh.
Well, I think anything you want to put in a Bud Light treasure
really?
chest. Yeah,
Well, that sounds dangerous.
yeah.
But
So
they do have some stuff in it.
Yeah, they do. They have some hats and shirts and things like that. So come
Don't
by,
give away the treasures.
just
Some themes.
scan the QR code. You don't even have to be here. Just come by, see us, have a Bud Light, have a Michelob Ultra, have a Stella, and just scan the QR code, and we will get back with you, and we'll tell you how you can pick up your winnings.
Yeah, you don't have to be here when we do the drawing.
Right.
We'll let you know. But you do have to swing by here still. City Pub, Gastropub as we get rolling tonight, and a lot to get to. But as you like to say, Brownie, it's always good to be together again.
It is always good to be together. It's like I just saw you idiots. We are on YouTube. You give us a thumbs up right there on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe, set your alerts, retweet us if you're on Twitter, like us there as well. Share us on Facebook, like us there, and also on Twitch. What you grunting about?
Mugshot up there.
What about him? That's a rough looking cat right there.
Yeah.
2 counts of reckless murder.
His ears are
Well,
on surfboards.
What makes it reckless murder?
He was driving a vehicle.
Yeah, he was.
Is that what it is?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what makes it reckless.
Now, you say that, but a lot of that's voluntary manslaughter too.
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
But he might have tried to run somebody over. I don't know if you guys. Well, I'm not going to make light of it.
Well, I'm just saying, and I'm not making light of it, but I'm saying it seems like most murder is reckless. It just seems. I know it's probably so we determine how long his sentence might be, but I mean,
Look at her name, Allie Root.
That's right.
Do you think Jim gets
Think
distracted?
she's planted there.
You think Jim gets distracted by shiny objects?
You think she wants to live here for a while? She wants to put her roots down.
Yeah, we got two. We got 2 newscasts going over there. Dunaway's reading
She's probably got a new follower.
That's Allie with an IE.
Yep.
Root.
You can ask us anything. Just drop us a question in the comment section, and we'll get to those.
If she did a podcast, would it be The Root is on Fire?
Rockstar, aren't you glad you're back this
I
week,
am,
man?
It's been good.
Yeah, it's
Ready.
been good. How you feeling?
I'm not feeling too hot, but I'm getting better by the day, at least.
Yeah?
Just not full yet.
Yeah,
With your voice the way it is right now, what chord could you hit to sing a song? If you had to sing one song to save our lives,
I couldn't do anything. I can't.
to save our lives, you could.
I can't. It's about holding breath. You can't hold a breath.
He wants you to do crash test dummies, apparently.
I think this is the version of Sling Blade too.
Dunaway did the old walk the line. You know, you got to sing. You're in that gutter. You got to sing one song to save your
our
life.
lives, man.
Well, that's a good scene right there, though.
It is. That's a good movie.
It is a good movie. I like
can't
that movie.
stop watching it.
Did you like that movie?
I did. I thought it was really good.
Did you like it, LT?
I did.
Oh, wow. I mean, it's rare that we're Universal on a movie.
He sang all of his songs,
He
right?
did.
Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix saying everything.
Yep.
And that's why people were upset that Jamie Foxx won Best Actor for Ray, did not sing his own stuff.
Jamie Foxx didn't. I thought
Yeah,
Jamie
but-
Foxx was a really good singer.
He is a good singer. But I don't think he did. They used Ray Charles's voice on the recordings.
So the family cooperated with it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ray Charles actually got to hear it before he passed away.
Did he really?
Mhm.
I didn't know that. I like the way you said hear it, not see it.
Got that.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Professional.
So Didn't Reese Witherspoon win Best Actress though?
She did, yeah.
Yeah, for the
June Carter Cash.
Did
June
she
Carter
sing all
Cash.
her parts too?
yes, she did.
She did.
Yeah,
So amazing.
she's super talented.
Yeah, she is. I like Reese Witherspoon.
I do too.
Do you like her in the morning show?
I liked her. Yeah, I think her character's good.
Yeah.
I liked her. Her best look, her best performance, in my opinion, was Election. Best look was Mud.
But she just looked good with Matthew McConaughey.
Yes.
She lived in a hotel room, didn't she?
She did.
Yeah.
Well, she does in morning show too.
Yeah,
Lives in a hotel room.
Yeah, different type of hotel room from Mud to the morning show.
Yeah.
She's not in the
But
Waldorf Astoria.
She was one of those, and we know the type. You get a couple of drinks in them,
Uh-huh.
different personality.
Hey, our boy, what's the old cat that none of the women like? That's the main actor in the
Billy
morning show?
Crudup.
Billy Crudup. Yeah, he's in that hotel too. He's trying to wedge his way in that room, isn't he?
Can I ask one question before we get going? here?
Sure. Have we gotten going yet?
We have a proposed amphitheater. We're about to have 3 amphitheaters within 50 miles of
God,
each
yeah.
other.
Get away from the TV.
I know. Jim's just watching the news. He's like an old man at home.
No, I never see the news.
Jim's all pissed that
Yeah.
they don't have the newspaper anymore. Damn, there ain't no Birmingham news anymore.
I don't see the news. I never watch it. So we're about to have a 3rd amphitheater.
They're building
in
an
town?
amphitheater.
He just needs his recliner.
He
Right?
really does. And a wife beater on, drinking a beer, watching the news.
I don't watch the news, so update me.
So
We're
what's
getting
the
a
third one? What's the third one?
We got one in Pelham, one in Tuscaloosa, and we're about to have one here in Birmingham.
Well, I think the one in Pelham's going away, isn't it?
I think this is the.
That's what they're afraid
proposition.
of. Yeah.
That's what the proposal is.
No, we got a really, really nice one in
Huntsville.
How can
yeah.
Birmingham say that we're getting rid of the one in Pelham without Pelham? saying-
No, well, I don't think Pelham is saying that. I think it's the people that own it.
Oh, the
Live
Live
Nation.
Nation people?
Live Nation, yeah. I think they want a newer amphitheater, which is what they're going to build down by Topgolf
Okay.
in the entertainment
Interesting.
district. It's the old, isn't it the old Caraway property?
It is. I think so. Yep.
Yeah.
It seems to me that if I was the city of Pelham, I'd say I've been a good host for you for 30 years. Why are you going to pull it out?
Because this one's brand new, and we really appreciate you being a good host for us. If you want to build a brand new one, maybe we'll stay. Is
what
probably
would make
what they would
this
say.
work? Less parking. Do it. Just
Yeah.
put it
More
downtown.
traffic
Yeah,
downtown?
Well, that one floods a little bit, doesn't it?
it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, not that they have great parking in Pelham though.
Oh, they have a lot of gravel lots.
You had that one, with the 2 gravel lots, I guess.
It's a lot of parking in Pelham.
Yeah.
relatively
I mean, I always
speaking.
caught myself parking at like, Hooters or
Yeah. That's
you know,
illegal
Ruby
parking.
Tuesday. Yeah.
And then walking across that bridge.
Yeah. Dave says y'all need to come to the one in Huntsville. The venue is awesome. I've heard Orion Amphitheater is
Yeah.
fantastic.
I heard Hollywood
that too.
Bowl and
Yeah.
the one in Huntsville.
I know that.
1, 2.
I know it sounds like Dunaway's kidding, but I've actually heard that.
No, I was being serious.
I know. That's what I said. It sounds like you're kidding, but I've actually heard that.
90% of my role on this show is serious.
It really is.
Yeah.
What's the other 10%?
The first 10 minutes of the show tonight.
I'm watching the news.
We
It
got
got
2 more
me.
minutes.
I'll tell you,
It's the weather. My God, look how warm it's going to be.
the time is changing this weekend.
A cool venue is Chastain Park.
Dunaway,
in Atlanta.
is that where you pissed yourself?
No, that was Piedmont Park.
Literally.
Oddly enough, yep.
No, Chastain's probably 4,000. It's
Uh-huh.
just an old, kind of Greek-like amphitheater,
Right.
Yeah.
and it's just very intimate. And I've only seen one show there. I saw Duran Duran there a few years ago, and it was really good.
Is Duran Duran good in concert?
Very good.
Yeah.
I bet so. I bet so.
Daniel says the Orion wouldn't impress Dunaway. I mean, that's hard to do.
No,
actually,
it would
let's
impress
do
me.
this.
It would
Let's-
impress me.
yeah, let's
I've
do-
seen pictures.
Let's do this real quick. Give me something you have seen that was built up that you were actually impressed by.
Me?
Elizabeth Arts.
100%. Still.
All right, something that was built up like the Grand Canyon or whatever that you went to, and you're like, yep, that lived up to it.
Taylor Swift's new album.
Always good.
It's got 80 tracks. They're all number one.
Rose
Great.
Bowl.
No, the Rose Bowl I loved the Rose
Did you
Bowl.
really?
Yeah, it was not. There was not one thing that disappointed at the Rose
Well,
Bowl.
most people.
I don't have to go as a fan. I was a pampered media
Yeah,
person.
fan was different. Now, once you got inside, it was fine.
Yeah.
But the walkways are real.
Yeah,
tight
the
over there.
walkways, it was just really weird. It was like it almost reminded me of the first time in Gladiator when they all come out and they open the.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lion waiting out there on you.
Well, there was just a lot of
Hey, we got to
people.
stay together.
It
Oh,
was
God.
it was completely packed in, very
Yeah.
claustrophobic, and the concessions are a mess.
The
at Rose
concession
Bowl.
and the pisser is pretty bad.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
That's what
yeah.
I've heard. Yeah.
But outside of that, I mean, it's just a beautiful scene.
Yeah. I mean,
It really
you
is.
can't put a stadium on a better piece of land.
Mm.
than
Well, it's on a
Norfolk.
golf course. My gosh. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
with the mountains.
Good,
Yeah.
good tailgating too. That's where we
that's
tailgated
fantastic.
every year.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, like Provo. I mean, the BYU stadium with those beautiful mountains. They were playing the other night. The sun was setting on those mountains.
Yeah, it
much
does
like
look
it was a Rose Bowl field. to
Yep,
it.
I agree with you. Riley says, "What about Disney, Dunaway? Is it Disney World
Oh,
for you?"
I love Disney. Love
Yeah.
Disney. Never disappointed at Disney when I go.
Not a fan.
We told
I
really.
mean,
You like Epcot though, don't you?
like I don't
Yeah.
like Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta.
You don't.
I do not.
Oh, that's my favorite one.
But I do like Jerry's World. That one did not disappoint me.
See, I like Mercedes better than Jerry's World. Jerry World.
I don't.
Yeah,
Which one do you like better?
I like Mercedes better, but my favorite
Which
is
one do you like better?
Never been to it either.
I know.
Minneapolis. They're
Yeah,
done.
I've never been to that one. U.S. Bank.
I've
but
only
I'd
been
like
there
to
for
go.
basketball.
You saw basketball. I don't know what that's like. The football was incredible. Though.
The Final
Yeah.
Four did not disappoint. That was my first and only
Okay,
one
there
to
you
the
go.
Final Four. That did not disappoint. I was up there in that stadium with Auburn and Michigan State, Virginia, and
Texas
Tech.
Yep.
And that was a scene. It was awesome.
Nick Saban's
Awesome.
handshake.
You know, it's not.
We usually hug, so I can't remember the handshake.
I mean, I need a. I need a firm handshake, like almost like Bob Baumhauer used to be. Bob's got a big old hand, man, but it's kind of mangled from the football.
Yeah.
Pac Bell, I don't know what it's called now. That did not disappoint. That was beautiful.
I think it's AT&T. No, I don't know. The one in San Francisco you're talking about?
Yeah, that
Right
was
there on the bay?
beautiful.
The guy that had the
Golden Gate Bridge did not disappoint. That was beautiful.
Y'all took a picture of it together, didn't you?
We did.
did.
We were at the Golden Gate together
Yeah.
there, Rockstar. Good memory. I mean, we were traveling.
Yeah, you have to travel.
Honest to
I mean,
goodness,
we were there.
Yeah.
Pebble Beach.
That's
when-
right.
When Brown and I went to Pebble Beach, it didn't disappoint, and it was raining sideways. A
You love this.
miserable day,
You got a good picture
but
there.
it was
Rigid.
still beautiful.
I got video of that one.
Still beautiful.
first night you went to the Galleria.
The very first night.
Yeah.
Oh, did not disappoint. I was just talking. Was it Brown? I was
Yeah,
talking to you about
no,
that
we were
the
talking
other night?
about. I wonder if you remember this. You didn't hear this. We were talking the other day about when we were kids going to the Galleria and what a magical place it was when we
Oh.
were kids.
just the
It-
smells.
No. Here's what started that was one of our viewers, brought a bag of coffee to us, and
Kyle.
Kyle.
Yep.
Well, I didn't know if I need to say his name.
No, I
but-
was just
yeah. No.
going
I
off
know. That's the only reason I say it. And Dunaway is the only coffee drinker. Like Lance doesn't drink, I don't drink, and it was ground coffee. And he said, "You got to crack it open and smell it. It's straight from Columbia."
So we did.
And Dunaway said, "South Carolina or Missouri?" He goes, "No, the nation." No, Dunaway didn't say that.
Yeah.
So it's straight from Columbia. So we cracked it
The
open.
CD place?
Is this what these Columbia women smell like?
Probably so. And
Oh,
we,
what if it did?
I'd get old probably.
Mm.
So we smelled it, and I told Dunaway, I said, "You want that smell for whatever reason? You know what it took me back to when I was a kid at the Galleria? Barney's
Barney's.
coffee. Yep.
Yep.
There was no Starbucks then, right?
Yep.
And there was Barney's coffee, and I just remember standing out.
And I remember.
I probably started my love of the smell of coffee.
So you'd walk through the mall and you'd have the Cinnabon place, right? And then
Right.
you'd walk past the coffee place.
Cindy's cinnamon rolls.
Yep. Then you would get to the main area that have a popcorn kiosk going. You smell the popcorn. Then you'd smell either pizza or
Sabaro.
Sbarro.
Yep.
going
Try
there.
sample. Try sample.
Yeah.
Try sample.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
So-
it was just like a one smell after another. Yeah.
Yeah. As you just walk down there.
Yeah.
Then you get to a little perfume area.
That's right.
And then, that fart smell that you get down at Spencer's.
The fart spray. And Cindy Cinnamons was just the best, wasn't it?
You know, originally when it opened, when that Banana Republic had a Jeep coming out of it,
I remember that.
and it was all
Yep.
safari clothes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're right.
Yeah, within like 5 years, they did a complete makeover of the image of Banana Republic.
100%.
Yeah, now it's all like blacks and grays and earth tones. But you're
Yeah.
right. It was basically safari clothes back then.
Yeah,
wasn't it? And that Jeep was sticking out with the lights on.
I mean that's where the
They
croc hunter would have shopped.
Oh, heck
nonstop.
yeah.
They built the store around the wreck. It was pretty cool that they did
Oh, I
that.
know. Let's just
they
don't
would've-
move it, man. Let's build it
Yeah,
around.
it looked like it was made like a rubber, but that's
Yeah.
fine.
All right, here we go. We got some more. Oh, Lunsford's talking about Baumhauer. He says, "You can't wrap your hand around Baumhauer's hand. Only handshake that has ever truly impressed me in my life."
Yeah. No, so
And Lunsford's a big guy. As Lunsford says, I'm 6'4", and I'm a former offensive lineman.
his hands are gigantic. The strongest, Tim Johnson. Do you remember Tim Johnson?
Oh, yeah, that played
local?
for the Raiders?
Yes.
Yep, I remember that.
And Rocky, I don't know if you remember when he used to come in studio with us, but he would break you down. It
Oh,
was
yeah.
it was too much. I was
Oh,
like, my God, dude, you got to pull back.
He
on
was in
that.
the league at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd be in the offseason. He could put you on the ground.
Mhm.
I remember Marcel Darius picking Rockstar up. You remember that?
I do. I was there for that.
Yeah, you were.
I don't remember that.
You don't?
Mm-mm.
Marcel was it? You remember it, Dunaway? Marcel Darius was in studio with us. It's back at second floor.
Second floor.
And
Yep.
he picked Rockstar up and held him like this. And Rockstar, you're probably 180, 190?
Yeah, we're on that.
He did
195
curls.
now.
195? Yeah.
Who was the former guy from In Living Color? Tommy Davidson. I tried to get him to touch the ceiling.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
How tall is Tommy Davis? I
Not
always thought
tall. I was like, hey, you look a lot taller on TV. Any way you can touch that ceiling, and he jumped up, and touched it.
Duke and Sky then, man.
Well, I don't know about that. I
He
don't-
did touch. I mean, like he said, I can touch that ceiling, and then he did.
More impressive was when Pete Davidson was in the studio and he touched the ceiling without
That
jumping.
guy. Wonder when that train's going to end.
He is. I mean, dude
he's
is
not funny.
Dude, he's not. I've never laughed at him one time. Dude's pimping Taco Bell, though. I mean, they got to be paying him a wad.
You'll never like him because he dated Ariana.
No, has got nothing to do. He dated Kate Beckinsale.
I mean, his top 5 is better than the college football playoff, isn't it?
I mean, it's right there with Derek Jeter.
It really is, which is amazing. Stand those two next to one another and say these guys have dated basically the same 5 women.
And have you ever seen his tattoos?
Yeah.
I could take or leave tattoos, not a big deal to me, but it's like look, destroy my body. Like make some cartoon weird tattoos on my chest.
Right.
And let's just see what it looks like.
Yeah. We are live at Still Gastropub. It is Bud Light game night. We're going to be here till 7 o'clock. You can drop a comment. We're about to get to some of those.
I was going to say that, but we've got a friend. So
I know. It's such a good line, though, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. About the guy.
Oh.
Yeah. You can, if you're on YouTube, give us a thumbs up there on YouTube. Also, make sure you've subscribed, set your alerts. If you're on Facebook, like us there, share us on Facebook, retweet us, give us a thumbs up on Twitter and also on Twitch. What you looking at there?
That chick, she's got the daylight hair.
It's like
I went to the hotel room, met a dude for an hour instead of lunch, and this is all I could do with my hair.
Yeah, that's insane.
Just completely beat it up for an hour.
It really is. Like when President Trump was in office, I used to try to figure out where his hair started and ended. It was like this puzzle. Hers is the same way.
Yeah, who is that?
I really have no idea.
NFL.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen her. I just
I don't
can't
know
place her name.
Don't know her name.
Yeah, I like Dunaway clearing up that she's from the NFL Network.
Just pointing it out. If you want to go look her up, I mean, we
I have no idea.
talk about things that our viewers can't go see.
Kevin says,
I
guys,
just looked at a mugshot.
you got to post some kind of warning on the Mystery Fifth Hour.
They're expanding the Mobile Airport.
Yeah.
The at-home medical procedure is not for the faint of heart. Sorry. Charlie Vitella says Reese Witherspoon's best movie is The Wild.
Wild.
She gets bent over a bed.
Yeah, a lot. It's her penance.
You can always count on Les's take away from a movie.
I haven't seen The Wild.
What's your favorite Bridgerton episode?
Just that one where
pinned against a tree. No, but the thing is, I haven't seen The Wild. I've seen like 30 minutes of The Wild. That happened to be part of it. And then she has this bag of guilt and decides to go on some kind of trek. I mean,
Right.
I think there's a better way to handle guilt.
Yeah. Patrick says, oh, wait a minute. Not even kidding. Jasper got their first Walmart in the early 90s. You would have thought the Taj Mahal just opened. It was packed. It was the first super Walmart in the state somehow. I don't know if that would have impressed Dunaway, super Walmart.
Were they a sponsor?
No.
No, would not have impressed me.
Just regular Walmart to sponsor.
But if I have to choose Target, Walmart, I usually choose Target.
Usually?
Yep.
Okay.
I try to avoid both. Maggie handles the Target Walmart world.
Yeah, I'm not a big store guy myself.
Yeah, me either.
I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
Rapid Flash asks for my favorite place to eat in Calhoun County. Modest Pizza is the place there. Extra special, no peppers and onions.
Nice plug for Modest. Thank you, Modest.
Yep, you're welcome. Favorite place to eat in your hometown?
El Poblano.
It used to be El Palacio. It's since closed down. This is Homewood. Sam Super Sandwiches. Great.
Yeah. Also closed down.
No, they reopened.
They were not in that same spot, though, right?
No. Champy's Chicken, champy'schicken.com.
You weren't growing up when Champy's was open. I'm asking you when you're open.
I can't remember anything back then.
And Da Vinci's was big for me growing up.
Oh,
too.
yeah?
So I can't. We barely had a couple of restaurants that are not sponsored of the show that are still in existence. So.
You weren't a Hot and Now guy?
Krispy Kreme?
No, Hot Now was
we called it Cold and Later. the shittiest burger you could have.
it was at Wildwood by Waccamaw.
Oh, I don't think I ever had one of those.
Was it really?
You didn't miss anything.
Brooks asked the most awkward or weird situation all 4 of you have found yourself in. Not together, I don't assume he means.
Boy, I've been in some weird ones.
I don't guess he means together. I don't know that. Is there a awkward situation all 4 of us have been in together that stands out to you?
Well, let's see what Dunaway we say about yours. We probably were there.
You guys were not there. I'm trying to. There's 1, 2, 3. I can't say.
Yeah, I've got a million.
That came to mind.
Just don't know which ones I can lay out either.
What? I mean, yours involves a ceiling fan installation.
That's
got to be one of them, right?
Yeah, that was when I was dating your girl and her dad and uncle came home to install our ceiling fan, and I was butt naked. I think I've told that one on the air.
Yeah,
though,
you've
haven't
told
I?
that one on a mystery fifth hour, I think. Maybe not on the air.
Yeah, a guy I went to high school with, I hadn't seen him in a while, and we had been out and stuff, and we came back to a house, and he started smoking crack in front of me.
Hey, you don't mind if I smoke a little crack, do you?
I was
this
just
is
like,
awkward.
dude, you've been drinking all night. Why do you need crack? It's 5 a.m.
Did he offer you some at least?
No, I think he was in his own world. I was thinking to myself.
My buddy just sent me a video the other day on a YouTube video somebody made as a comedic thing. It's a guy who just got out of rehab. I will not freebase cocaine. Yeah, I'll smoke a joint every now. I'll have a beer, but I will not freebase cocaine. And it just keeps going along. And eventually he says, I will not freebase cocaine while I'm driving.
I'll control the line somewhere.
That's probably a good thing, right?
Yeah. And by the end, the only place he wouldn't freebase cocaine was at the altar in church.
I have seen some things at bachelor parties that I probably can't talk about right here.
Would they fall under weird or awkward or both?
Oh, both.
Both.
Uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Very uncomfortable.
Any involve a donkey?
I've never seen a live animal at a bachelor party.
Yeah. Okay. Just asking.
Yeah.
It's a natural question.
Now, I will say that a certain professional acted like a rhinoceros.
How does one, and I'm going to regret this question, I can tell you, act like a rhinoceros?
Well, there's a horn.
There's a horn and a charge?
We were
Is that what
just
you do?
so it was some dude from Atlanta. I didn't even know. Well, I guess I did know the guy. I didn't know the majority of the guys that were there. We were in a suite at the Hard Rock Hotel.
Oh, you're
and
in Vegas.
it was gigantic. Yeah.
Wow.
And so there's different groups of people all over the place. And there was a couple of people with me. I won't name them that you guys know. And anyway, I guess what you would call professionals came in and they brought a bag with them. And
A lot of props in there?
yeah.
Yeah.
And one of them used one of those it looked like she was a rhino. And so,
Charged?
Or
Yeah.
a unicorn.
yeah.
Yep. Rockstar?
No,
You've never had a weird or awkward thing? You've had a ton of weird situations. You've told us
I'm
those
trying to
stories.
think of stuff that would stick out.
Once you play in that bedroom for that couple for $1,000,
I
that's
cannot
I have
believe
not-
nobody's taking us
I
up
have
on
not
that.
received one offer. I'm still willing to do it. I can't do it this week because I'm still sick, but
Yeah.
I'm willing
So
to do
to
it.
quickly reset, for $1,000, you'll play a song or a set of songs in the bedroom. Lights off.
Sure, I'll play a 3 to 5 minute set.
3 to 5 minute set
3
for
to 5 song set.
3 to 5 song set for
My
$1,000.
back turned towards you, so I'm
Yeah,
not,
back turned. You're looking at the wall, playing music.
Mhm.
What if you feel a tap on the shoulder?
Stop touching me with your hand. That's not my hand.
Please be the woman. Please be the woman. Please be the woman.
Oh,
So that would be weird or awkward. Will you tell us the story on the show and just redact names if you ever get the offer?
yeah.
Okay.
Well, if it comes from the show, yeah, of course.
Do y'all think you'll get an offer on that?
I mean, we might do a GoFundMe if somebody's interested.
Then that's when the price raises. If you're
What, the
gonna-
bidding?
Yeah,
Have live bidding on it?
that could be something we give
Hey,
away.
we're doing a charity auction tonight for a great organization. Could we put that in the auction, you think?
You know,
And see what kind of money we raise?
I don't think Marcia would appreciate it, but maybe. I mean, today's world's gotten a little different in
Yeah.
2022.
I mean, it's not a, I mean,
Can you imagine it part of the silent auction, though?
yes. So I get this gentleman in the bedroom playing music
Picture a rock star.
with his back turned to
Yeah.
me.
Want a mask?
Yeah, would you wear a mask? Like if they're like, we
Like
don't
that-
want you to see anything. Because you can play music without.
Yeah, like so, like the hostage thing where they put a bag over your
Yeah,
head.
they
so
put a bag over your head.
until I get to the destination.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Hilarious. I hope that happens one day. Patrick says the Just for Feet in the Galleria was awesome. You could shoot hoops in there. You could.
Yeah.
Was that the original? And then they moved it out to the out parcel?
Yep. Remember, it was the athlete's foot before in Brookwood Mall.
Yeah, but when they moved it to the out parcel, it almost had a full court in there, didn't it?
Yeah. And, I think I've told the story before, the athlete's foot, because I grew up in Brookwood Mall. That's where we would get dropped off.
That was
Yeah.
legit.
And that athlete's foot had the first pair of Air Jordans I ever saw. It was back in 1984 or 85, and they were $65. And I was like, that is the most expensive pair of shoes. I want them, but there's zero chance I can afford them. It's $65 back then.
I remember those days.
That's just another pair of shoes right now.
I mean, I don't know what you can get for $65 right now.
Discount.
Let's see. Quincy's in Alabaster. Quincy's? NH32456.
That was there. That was there.
Did you get the big fat yeast rolls?
I did. I mean, came with it.
Did they have a baked potato bar? The Quincy's in Anniston had a baked potato
They
bar.
did. They did. I never did. I went sirloin tips with a
Oh.
baked potato salad. and the
Sirloin
yeast
tips.
rolls.
Do you ever? You didn't like sirloin tips?
No, I wasn't a big fan.
Did you like them?
I've never in my life had sirloin tips.
Well, beef tips. Have you had beef tips?
I can do some beef
I
tips
mean, it's
every now and
basically the same
Well, I
thing.
mean, I was young, so it's just it was steak, and it prevented me from cutting up a steak.
But I think that's what they called it, was sirloin tips.
Yeah.
Would they bring it with a little plastic thing in it, and
Oh, yeah.
you would poke them with that and eat it?
well, no, it let you know that it was medium.
Well, I
rare.
know, but would you use it to eat? Is all I'm asking.
I probably just used a fork, but maybe sometimes.
Yeah. Let's see. Chris says how. Oh, he remembered LT cramped in a closet there. That is a good one there. Preston says, you ever found you in a chef's car at 2 a.m. that you convinced to be an Uber for the night? LT, I'm going to assume that's directed at you.
What?
Yeah. Well, so we were in Knoxville a couple of weeks ago, and you couldn't get an Uber out. You
Right.
saw Clay Travis
I
and
did.
and Chad and Hutton. They were all in the back of a truck, and I had to get creative with getting us outside the city to this party we were going to. So I was just randomly going up to cars and saying, "Hey, what would it cost for you to drive me somewhere?" And I'm telling you, the guy reminded me of, and I've got an exact character here, and Rockstar would know who he is. God, I'll think of him in a second. It was from a movie. But anyway, we jump in his car, and it was the weirdest experience ever. Like, I can't explain how crazy this guy was.
So, random guy that's not actually an Uber driver was weird when you got in his car?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we finally got
It's a little surprising, isn't it?
We started talking about how his mom had died, because I was like, do you have Venmo? I'll Venmo you. And he's like, my mom just died, so I don't have Venmo. And
Yeah, you know, when your parents die.
That's actually what happened.
And I really didn't know where we were going, and he was like, well, where do you want to go again? And I was like, just take us anywhere you want to take us. And we ended up getting there, though. But it was, Preston knows, it was a very strange situation.
I can imagine. Is something on fire out there?
That's that car just.
Oh, that car is idling.
In
Burning.
It
Burning
didn't
a little
make
rich
a lot
there.
of sense.
Yeah, burning a little rich. Blooper asks, who is the best mascot ever?
Best mascot ever.
Let's go live and stuffed, or live and
stuff.
live and human in a suit. A lot of people would say live is
San Diego Chicken.
San Diego Chicken was good, but it wasn't. As a
Philly
kid,
fanatic.
I like the Philly Fanatic too. As a kid, I thought the San Diego Chicken was actually the Padres, but the guy was just based out of San Diego. It had nothing to do with the Padres. I don't think.
No, I
he
think it was
He
originally.
was the Padres mascot. How it
Oh,
got
but then he
started.
just went on the road after that.
He was independent contractor with the San Diego Padres.
Yep.
That was his team.
Uh-huh.
And then he went on the road
Yep.
after that. Outgrew the Padres.
Yeah. Do you remember a guy named Max Patakin or something like that?
Yeah, he was the old guy who would do things at minor league baseball parks.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he'd copy you and all that.
No, I've never.
You've never seen him? He'd stand behind, he'd stand behind the umpire or the first baseman. He would copy their every move.
That's not nice.
And supposedly he was like
Oh,
whispering, "Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Beer delivery from our friends at Anheuser-Busch. Got a Bud Light, a Mick Ultra, and a Stella,
Water.
and a water,
No.
and a diet soda.
Yeah.
We are at Still Gastropub in the Lakeview district. It is Bud Light game night. What are they? Those are $3, aren't they, Dunaway?
They are $3 here. Obviously, game night's in the name. We are here. Get ready to watch some football tonight. 6:30 is the App State game coming up in about an hour from now. App State and Coastal Carolina is your big college football game tonight. In the NFL, you have the unbeaten Eagles who taking on Houston, the Texans down there. And we do Game 5 of the World Series tonight. All the game night stuff for you. Brought to you by our friends at Bud Light, the wonderful folks at Adams Beverages. $3 of the Bud Light bottle, $3 of the Michelob Ultra here tonight. We've got a treasure chest to give away, a Bud Light cooler with a bunch of gifts on the inside. All you have to do is come by and scan the QR code. And we're here tonight. It's still Gastropub in the Lakeview district. Don't forget, coming up this weekend, not this weekend, next weekend, 2 to 4, right through this area down here. The actual Clydesdales will be in town from St. Louis. They'll be here in Birmingham through the Lakeview district, 2 to 4. We'll tell you more about that next week.
Delivering beer.
Delivering beer.
Yep.
Absolutely.
2 to 4.
I've never seen Clydesdales in person.
Have you seen them in person?
I saw them once at a St. Louis game.
They are
actually.
huge.
Yeah.
Cardinals game. They
Yeah.
were outside.
Yeah.
It was July 4th, so I guess it was a special day in St. Louis.
I saw them last time they had them in town. I took my little one to see them, and she was a little terrified by them.
They look like they're massive.
Oh, Rockstar, they are
How do they
huge.
transport them?
They ride them.
Special.
They ride them from St. Louis to here.
Yeah.
Isn't that
That's the
wacky?
Pony Express. Yeah.
Hey, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you give us a thumbs up and subscribe. Set your alerts. If you're on Twitter, fire off a retweet. Share us on Facebook. Give us a thumbs up there as well. And like us on Twitch. Always follow us on social media at Next Round Live, at Next Round Live. Samuel says, what is your go-to karaoke song? Rockstar, you start first. I've not done much karaoke in my life.
You know, I do not do karaoke because there's two types of karaoke. There's the one guy that it's serious. I'm going to do The Way You Look Tonight by Eric Clapton, and I'm going to try to woo a woman. And then there's the fat guy that takes his shirt off singing It's Raining Men, and the two don't mix.
Rockstar and I had a weird karaoke moment, actually. We were judging a
Still have
karaoke.
that video, by the way.
Oh, do you now? We were judging a karaoke contest at Stars. Were you with us? I don't think you were with us. I think it was just me and you, wasn't it? So we're judging a karaoke contest at Stars. And dude is standing on the stage singing, and he's probably 20 beers in, you think?
We talking the fall?
Yeah.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Was that the song? I don't even
Bohemian
remember the
Rhapsody.
song. So he's doing Bohemian Rhapsody, and he gets a little too close to the
And
front edge of the stage where we were sitting.
Falls into our table, and you hear the cling of the video. You hear the cling of a glass falling on the table. Cling, 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 whoa, 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 whoa,
And
whoa, 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 whoa.
drinks go everywhere. It was just a total complete mess. I haven't done much karaoke. Your go-to karaoke song?
I don't like karaoke, but Ice Ice Baby.
Yep.
Yep. Mine is Whiskey Bent Hellbound by Hank Williams Jr. I got all balled up inside.
Do you know the words, or do you have to have the?
Oh, I have to have it.
I think I know the words. If you started it right now, I
Yeah.
could do it.
I don't know how to start it. I just know somewhere along the way, there's a good woman at home.
Now go.
Pull it up. I can
I
get it.
got it.
That's the closest thing. That song is the closest thing I can ever come to being on key.
Yeah, I think country is the easiest to sing. Let's see.
Craig says Orange Julius, the Brookwood Mall, was his go-to. NH3425 says Wendy's used to have a taco bar.
They did.
I do
They had a
remember
whole-
the
they
Wendy's
had a-
taco bar.
I've got
had
a
a
good woman at home who thinks Dunaway does no wrong. But sometimes, Lord, she just ain't always around.
Is that it? Well done.
That's all.
That's the
Okay.
song.
I like that. Good job. Rapid Flash says, does Bryce have a higher ceiling in the NFL than Tua?
I think so.
I'm not a fan of the rapid flash. It's got to be slower. Than that.
Slower flash.
I mean, here's a couple of things you got to look at. I know Bryce has dealt with a slight injury over the last few weeks, but Bryce has been pretty durable, and Bryce was a better quarterback.
He was. Now, look, it all depends on tools. Like, if you drop him in a situation, and he's likely to go as a high draft pick, right? So he's going to be.
If he goes to the Texans, he's got issues.
Yeah, but I mean, if you give him tools like Tua has, and Tua is playing the best football he's ever played right now, but he's also got, Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, two of the top 4 receivers in the NFL. That helps a lot.
Of course, we say that. I mean, how many weapons does he have on this Alabama team?
Not
outside of
many.
Gibbs?
Bryce Young's ability to read, throw quickly, but Tua gets rid of the ball very quickly as well.
Yeah, that they've actually been praising him for that this year.
But with the weapons he has, that helps Tua. Having an offense like that would be perfect for Bryce. It's hard to tell. I didn't think Jalen Hurts would, be unbeaten right now as we go into week 9 of the NFL, and supposedly with an ease. I mean, what's the point spread tonight? Is it 13.5?
14.
14 in the NFL. 14 points. That's almost unheard of.
Have you watched the Texans?
Yeah, I've seen a couple of them.
they
They
are
got a
awful.
couple of players. Damian Pierce is pretty good.
Yeah. They didn't trade Brandon Cooks, did they? Did they trade him in the deadline?
No.
That's about all they got to throw
Yeah,
to.
They tried to trade him to the Rams. I didn't want him.
Did you not?
I mean, he wasn't good the first time around.
Yeah. He's played a lot better in Houston than he did in L.A.
Yeah, and with a quarterback like Matt Stafford, maybe it's a little bit different.
NH3425 says y'all should have an NCAA 2023 video game competition amongst each other next year. So the game's coming back next year?
July. It'll be out in July, hopefully before that. The one thing I hope they had it in the last one in 13, was the ability to change conferences. You could take UCF and put them in the Big 12 if you wanted to. I'd already done some of these realignments anyway myself.
Wait,
Just
so you can
looked
take
at-
USC and put them in the Big Ten?
You can, yeah, and even in the 13 version of that. So you've got to have that in modern day
See what I did
football
there?
moving
I
forward.
did. It's like real life.
Yeah, but you could do that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I did not do that, but I did strengthen up some conferences, like just to make it more entertaining. When I would play the dynasties, I would take Notre Dame and make them be in a conference. I'd force them to go I usually put them in the Big Ten, to be honest with you. It just seemed like a more natural place for them.
Did best video game, the one you were best at?
Joe Montana Sports Talk Football 94.
Was that the one that had each team had 4 offensive plays? The run and 3 passes, if you were San Francisco.
Pretty much. There was the first one. Sports Talk was 93. The 94 was when he went to the Chiefs, and Barry Sanders was unstoppable. Him and Herman Moore, and that was probably that in NHL hockey, like 93, 94.
There was one Joe Montana football where there were 4 plays. There were 4 plays. If you were the 49ers, Joe Montana, one was a 4 verts. Everybody goes deep. Then he had a post deep combo. He had a screen pass and a run play.
Yeah, I mean,
That's the only 4 plays you had.
Tecmo Bowl was very limited on the playbook as well.
It was a really interesting note in the real modern world right now. FIFA 23, which is one of the more popular, the FIFA soccer game every year, is a popular brand for EA Sports.
Do you score more than 1 goal a game, though?
It depends on how good
it
you are.
depends on what level you're playing at, who you're playing, and that kind of stuff. But it's very realistic. FIFA 23, though, you are able to hire coaches just like you can in Madden. You can have your dynasty and stuff. Ted Lasso was put into the game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's only been out for a few days, and he's already got worldwide over 1 million wins. People using Ted Lasso.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, and having them as their soccer team's coach.
Have y'all stuck with that show?
No.
I have, yeah.
Is
It's
it
only
good?
2 seasons through. Yeah, it wasn't as good last year as it was the first year,
I
but
thought,
it had some moments.
I thought the first year was good.
Really
and then
good.
The second year, I thought it lost its steam, so I kind of tapped out.
It did a great deal. But at the end, there were some really good episodes at the end.
Yeah. Lunsford says he wants to have a whole large NCAA tournament with listeners and everyone.
I'd be
That's
down for
exactly
that.
what we needed, was somebody to organize it, so we're in.
We did it. When I was doing the 1 hour roundtable years ago, this is probably 2004, 2005. I did one at Buffalo Wild Wings 280, and we did a 32 listener tournament with me included. And we bracketed it off and did the whole thing. And it took, it was like a 5-hour day.
One thing that's cool here at Steel Gastropub, that last TV over there, I think those last 2, they've got hooked up to, I don't know if it's an Xbox, maybe both, but you play video games over there.
I dig that.
Isn't that pretty cool?
I can't remember the last video game I played, though. I don't understand the controllers these days.
Yeah,
There's too many buttons.
The last time I came in here, a couple guys were sitting at the bar playing. And I was like, "Oh, you just got that hooked up for, downtime?" He said, "No, we keep it hooked up all the time."
You guys got F-Zero?
Let's see. Jim says, out of curiosity, how much does your listenership, viewership dip the week following an Alabama football loss? Just the opposite.
Oh, it actually goes up.
Yep.
Yeah,
Just the opposite.
because the world is burning at that point, so everybody wants to feel safe. They want to
Yep.
find out how we're going to save the world.
Jim follows up, says, if Alabama's out of the national championship hunt, we don't know. We'll tell you sometime.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, seriously, how many shows have we done that way?
We were not doing a show in 2006.
The Shula years we weren't together yet, right?
By the way, the forecast for Saturday in Baton Rouge is supposedly rain Saturday night in Baton Rouge.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I always have thought that benefits the less talented team.
Which is LSU in this case.
Mhm.
But first off, they always joke it never rains in Tiger Stadium, and this is going to be the first time I can remember it actually raining for an Alabama game there. I'm sure it's happened.
I think it.
I'm trying to remember a rain game I've watched there.
Well,
But-
did it not in 2019 when Auburn played LSU tight? Was that game not in?
Yeah,
Baton
maybe.
Rouge?
Yeah.
It seems like this is going to the early forecast, and maybe you guys out there can help. It's supposed to be like serious rain, like possible delays during the game kind of rain.
Really?
Yeah.
Like lightning,
Yeah,
potentially.
like stormy weather.
I hope that's not the case. Let's see.
But something that definitely could impact, Bryce Young passing or something like that.
That'd be awesome if they don't kick till midnight.
That'd be a problem.
Oh, yeah. SEC After Dark. Daniel says, has anyone talked to Wimp lately?
I have not.
I have not either. Not since he left the show.
You?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Nope.
It's across the board. I thought Dunaway and I thought we might run into him. We went to the SEC Basketball Media Day. We went out to interview the Auburn players and Coach Nate Oates and the Alabama players. And we thought he might be out there, but he wasn't.
Looked for him, didn't see him.
Nope, wasn't there. He normally stands out. Cornbread says, speaking of the Padres, do you remember the Braves-Padres fight in the early 80s?
Yes.
I do, yeah. That was a big one, right?
Seems like it was on a holiday, wasn't it?
Was it July the 4th?
I don't know, but it seemed like
Or Memorial Day, maybe?
it happened right in front of Ted Turner's box and then all around the backstop, if I
Yeah.
remember correctly.
Yeah, I do. I mean, that one was an absolute brawl. A lot of baseball fights, just a bunch of guys running out to stand around, but that was a brawl.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, remember from the Nightbot, a reminder, check out the TNR store while you're here. Shirts, hoodies, hats, more. Nextround.store, nextround.store. We got some new hats in. They are, I got a bigger head.
It's all right, man.
No, I do.
You
I
just gotta
do.
be calm about it.
I own that. And these hats are good for the bigger heads, I think.
For the bigger bases.
Well, that's what Lunsford said, and I would concur that these are good for the bigger heads. If you got a bigger head, check out our new hats. Brooks says his go-to is Gangster's Paradise.
It's a good tune.
Lost Coolio.
R.I.P. Coolio.
R.I.P. Have you ever done Gangster's Paradise?
I can do the chorus. I can't rap, and I won't act like I can.
How about next Wednesday? I'll do the rap, you do the chorus.
And then they have to guess what song we're doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's gonna be pretty
Do
easy.
you think anybody right now that's going to be at trivia is watching us?
I think everybody is.
Okay.
Everybody.
Every single
including
person
Will
that's going to be
Haver.
at trivia?
Will Haver lives by these things.
Do you think, now this is an idea on the fly that you could work on for a long time before next year's lounge. Do you think you could turn Gangster's Paradise like into a slowed down
It's
acoustical
hard
song?
because he machine guns. Rappers usually
It would be
machine
such a
gun
long
lyrics.
song, right?
They machine gun lyrics. It's
Yeah.
so fast, like Eminem. Like it's just amazing how fast he can spout those things out. Then most people just go to the hook. I can do the hook. That's it.
Yeah. Lunsford says, I drove all night by Roy Orbison.
Roy Orbison's got a great voice. That's a hard voice there, Lunsford. I'd love to hear you.
So you like Orbison's voice?
Yeah, well, I mean, he's give or take. I mean, crying is a little tough to listen
Yeah,
to.
I've never liked that song.
Crying.
I've never liked it. Beefo, she says, if you could choose any person to come into the next round studio and interview them last call style for an hour, who would each of you choose? Start with you, Dunaway, last call style.
Valerie Bertinelli.
Valerie Bertinelli, Dunaway off the board there. Did not
I mean,
think
didn't
Valerie.
even think about it.
Yeah, it was a quick answer.
I'm thinking. I mean, if you guys have something jump out, I mean, I'll
Nobody really.
come up with something good here in a sec.
I don't know why. Well, I don't know. I've seen him interviewed.
Kanye West might get you a couple views.
He's hot right now.
Yeah. Do you just let him go? Do you even prepare questions?
Oh, I don't. I think if you've got Kanye in there, you got no other
Yeah.
choice. I think he probably just goes. I've always liked Bradley Cooper, but I mean, I've seen him interviewed a lot.
Yeah, here's the thing. You want somebody that's going to give you something, and you want
Yep.
somebody that's going to drink. That's why Barkley was so good.
He did both of those, right?
Yeah, on Last Call, because he's such an honest guy. He doesn't really care what people think,
Right.
and so he's not going to pull any punches when it comes to any answers. You need somebody like that.
Yeah.
John Daly would be
Oh,
probably
yeah.
incredible.
Yeah. That's a tough one, man. I've never really thought of it. Like people, I mean, one of the popular questions we get on this is best interview, worst interview. And I don't know that like I've kept a running total. I can probably, I mean, I think we all agree Chris Kattan was our worst interview.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty universal there. But best interview, I've never just really kept the running total, a running toe board, I guess.
They're best for different ways.
Right. Like, for instance, Adam Richmond this past
Yeah.
summer we had on from Man versus Food. I loved him.
Because I don't think you had any expectations.
No,
You
I didn't.
probably
I had
low
no,
expectations.
well, not that I necessarily had low expectations, but it wouldn't surprise me if he had come on and all I want to do is promote my
Yeah.
stuff and, and all that. But he came on and gave us a ton.
And you got like Tom Arnold, and you got
Yeah.
people
Tom
like
Arnold was terrific.
the Barry Switzer. Like he had no idea.
Oh, no.
He
I
had
thought
no
we were going to
idea
talk football.
You had no idea how that was going to go off the rails.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome.
Yeah. Oh, I bet you a Tom Arnold on a last call would be wild. Get him drinking?
Yeah, but
I don't know. He might
think
not
he's sober.
drink
He's
anymore. He's
sober
sober.
now.
Yeah.
Sober.
I think, somebody like Tommy Lee from Motley Crue would be good.
Yeah. You think there's a chance we make that happen?
I think Kid Rock would be incredible.
Would you?
Kid Rock has become like a hero for, one side of politics.
He has. Yeah. He's very conservative.
But I've had an opportunity to meet him way back in the
Seriously,
day.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've seen him play a couple of times, but I think I've told this story. So a buddy of mine was working for Future Brand selling Jim Beam, and he was in Midtown Music Festival in Atlanta, and they were opening for Everclear. It went Kid Rock, Everclear, No Doubt. And Kid Rock's management reached out to my buddy and said, if you'll bring some handles of Jim Beam and some T-shirts, some merch, we'll get you on the tour bus and we'll get you on stage, and you can bring a +1. So he knew I was a Kid Rock fan. So it was the Devil Without a Cause tour brought me, and we got to hang out on the bus. And
Did you meet Joe C?
Joe C was smoking weed, and we were drinking PBRs together.
Good.
Yep.
I'm surprised weed was being smoked on the bus.
But Kid Rock, the funny thing is I didn't meet him on the bus. I met him once we got off the bus because he was banging some chick in the back of the bus, and there was another chick waiting.
Also, wow,
Shit,
really?
ever.
No lie.
He had a line?
No lie. He had a line. And the cool thing about it was
Jumping jacks.
Yeah. The funny thing is, so we get out there, and Kid Rock makes sure he plays every instrument during the set. But we met him before. He took some pictures.
The girls were in line.
He was a really nice guy, and I'll never forget. We were standing on the side of the stage watching, and the guys from Everclear were there. And the girls they were with legitimately looked like they were 17, 18 years old. Yeah. But I'll never forget the Alexis guy and whoever the other guy.
Art Alexis.
Yeah. They continue to look at each other and roll their eyes about Kid Rock.
And seriously?
Yeah, and where's Kid Rock now and where's Everclear?
Yeah, really.
Because I'm guessing there was the old passing the new.
They probably would like to go to Santa Monica then, right?
Yeah, buy him a new life.
Buy him a new life.
Yeah.
Jim says, Ryan, how much would somebody have to pay you to spend a college football Saturday in LT's basement? You don't have to pay me. I'd go. LT's basement's very active on a college football Saturday, though. Like, if you just want to sit there and absorb the game, there's a lot going on. You don't really get to sit and absorb games.
Well, it's not until last year it was really, really calm. This year it's picked up, but it really doesn't get going until about 5 or 6.
Yeah. Some of it's going to depend on the crowd. If you get the wrong crowd in there, you're going to get Rockstar. You get some heavy gambling, right, on like every play. And if you're not, a
lot of loose leaf paper rattling around.
If you're not into that,
a lot of people looking up from laptops.
My favorite at Rockstar will love this is the Super Bowl parties at Lance when we would do the pool.
Chaos.
And there would be like 60 categories in a pool.
Who's got number 2? No, that's ridiculous. Who's got number 2? Congratulations, you won. Oh, no, there's still 16 minutes left. Don't congratulate me now. No, you won this.
And the other thing is LT would do a great job of these. He'd be like, more points, Vlade Divac for the Lakers tonight or the Panthers special teams, some random thing like that. So whoever's got that one would be like, hey, how many points did Vlade Divac have?
They haven't tipped yet. Hey, what time does that game tip?
It was so funny. It was so active over there. Let's see. Oh, Patrick Dunaway says 90% chance thunderstorms.
Right.
Baton Rouge.
A couple of our great listeners brought it up in the show earlier today that was the forecast. And I think it'll be moving into here on Saturday night. So,
be careful.
Not to be careful. I'm more thinking about the game right now. Just how it could impact the game. It's a huge game for both teams. And Bryce Young, Alabama likes to throw the ball, 162% of the time these days. So throwing in the rain and in the wind can be a problem.
We are on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch. We're at Steel Gastropub in the Lakeview district. If you're watching us on YouTube, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, set your alerts, retweet us on Twitter. Fire off that retweet and thumbs us up there as well. Like us on Facebook and share it there. And we're also on Twitch. Like us there. We got some great deals on Bud Light.
Yeah, $3 Bud Light, $3 Michelob Ultra. Again, we've got a great prize pack. Just come by, scan that QR code, and we'll get you hooked up.
Michael's got a couple rapid fire questions here. How did you guys first meet T-Bob Hebert on the show the other day? I really don't remember.
First time I ever met him was interviewing him at the National Championship Media Day.
Oh, when he was a player.
Yep, he wouldn't remember that. Met his dad first, though, up in the press box several times at LSU. He was always well hydrated and is a media icon, not just a football icon in Louisiana, but a media icon, too, back in the day. And
we were there the night his dad was asked to leave the press box.
Yes.
2012 Alabama LSU when Bobby was
how over the top do you have to be to and especially if you're Bobby Hebert?
Yeah, he was in the first half, Lance.
Yeah, he got warned 4 or 5 times. And it was some other media people around him. I was a little further than I was from Rockstar, but I was sitting on the same row with him. But I was probably one more seat. There was probably 3 people between me and him, and I think some of the people behind him, we were on row 1. Row 2 and the people that were having to stand and didn't have a seat were bitching about him making noise and bang. I mean, he would bang on the
stuff like that.
Oh, he'd hit it really bad.
Yeah.
And it doesn't bother me as bad unless Alabama's losing.
They were winning the first half of that game.
Alabama was
Second
winning,
half,
so it didn't bother me at all.
Here's the situation. Obviously, his kids play. That's his team.
Yeah,
going in that it's going to be an emotional game. Don't sit in the press box.
right.
Just get you a regular ticket.
And that's what he did. He left and went. We could see him right down. It was this way. He was in the skybox. He went right to the skybox with some boosters right next to us.
Yeah, I think they escorted him out of the press box, but it was some boosters. He was probably happier. Yeah.
Well, not really. Did they not cross the 50?
No. This was 2012 in Baton Rouge.
This was in Baton Rouge.
Yeah, this was in Baton Rouge. The T.J. Yeldon screen game. That was the one. Yeah.
So it was all good until that moment.
It was all good for him until that moment. Yeah, Bama jumped out early and then had a bad third quarter and most of the fourth quarter, as I remember.
Boy, Georgia had a bad third quarter this past week. That's the only thing that scares me about this game.
Boy, they did. Gave up 17 straight to Florida.
Yeah, that was a pretty bad quarter. If the only thing about Georgia that scares me this weekend is what I saw in that third quarter. If that comes up at any quarter or for a whole game, they're done.
Oche says the last time Alabama LSU was overshadowed by another SEC game.
On the same day?
Yeah, on the same day. I don't know. That's going to be tough.
It's probably last year.
I'm going to say it was 2010.
Yeah, but I don't know what other game was last year.
2010, Auburn was playing somebody pretty big that day. I want to say it was Auburn. It wasn't Auburn, Georgia.
Auburn, Arkansas, maybe?
It was Auburn somebody, because that was the day in 2010 that Tracy Wolfson there was a 2:30 game, Auburn and LSU. And then prime time was Alabama, LSU. And they had that was when Cam Newton was ineligible.
So the story first broke, I think.
Ineligible and then declared eligible all in the same week was that day. And I remember, I was hosting the Nick Saban show and working at CBS 42, and we always tried to be at the biggest game, but because I was hosting the Saban show, I'd always had to be at the Alabama game. And I remember, they were freaking out that Abby Chin was going to have to host most of the show from down there. Turns out she's a lot more talented than I am, but they didn't know that at the time. They did after that day.
Yes, that was the alert.
Yeah, after that day, they were like, Jim, it's fine. You cover Alabama the rest of the year. Abby's got the national champions the rest of the way.
By the way, Chris and Dunaway, I'm sorry to do this to you. Chris says he thinks Valerie Bertinelli has corn feet.
Oh, I only brought it up because she too has been drug into the Matthew Perry discussion.
Oh, has she?
Yeah.
What's her role?
Well, apparently, while Tom, what was her husband, Van Halen? Eddie Van Halen was passed out backstage. Matthew Perry claimed he made out with her. She's now, I think, saying that he forced
himself on her.
He kissed her, and she was very uncomfortable.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Eesh.
So, but I just remember, that was a crush back when she was on that show, One Day at a Time or whatever that show was, when I was a teenager and she was a teenager.
Yeah. Michael says, how did LT not say Ariana?
That'd be fine. Yeah. I don't know how much she'd give you, but
you'd like to try?
Sure.
Yeah. Chad's best interview he's seen on our show was Adam Richmond. He agrees with Adam Richmond, followed by LT's Jeff Fisher interview. We were both off that day. And you liked that interview.
I thought it was really good. I mean, not from my perspective, just how good he was.
Yeah. Chris says he agrees. Adam Richmond was great. Daniel says, how did the Ocean City, Maryland hotel sponsor come about? Very random, he says.
They listened to the show. They reached out and wanted sponsorship.
Wow, didn't it?
They wanted to do something different in the summer of 2022. And hopefully some of you made it up there.
Frolic in the ocean. You don't even say that, do you? We just made it up.
Swim in the ocean.
You don't say frolic in the Atlantic.
Swim in the Atlantic.
Yeah. When you do it again, will you say frolic in the Atlantic just for us?
I will.
So they've got a huge, I forget what they call it. It's a
tourism board.
No, it's a big fishing tournament. And what do they call those things?
Fishing rodeo,
regatta.
Yeah.
Wow, look at Jim.
But they've got one next summer, and they want us to come up for a full week and do our shows.
A full week?
Yep.
At the regatta in Ocean City, Maryland.
And my guy says it's incredible.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Here we go.
If there's Bryce.
There's Bryce.
Plug in some wires, Brown, right? Is that what y'all about to say?
That's all you got to do.
Yep.
Well,
Eat some fish.
We could have some fun there. Dave says Eric Estrada wouldn't rank. You guys only had to ask half a question. He was off to the races. He was a nice guy, though. I mean, I hate to make fun of him.
He was, man. He's been doing it for a long time, but he was very, very long-winded.
Yes.
Very boring, long-winded.
Yeah,
too.
that last answer, I can't even remember what we asked him. But
Lance asked about Bruce Jenner taking the job.
That's right, and it lasted forever. Chad says Stone Cold would be great on Last Call. Stone Cold Steve Austin, Rockstar.
It would be Stone Cold.
I wish we could interview Macho Man Randy Savage if he was still alive.
God rest his soul, right?
Yeah.
So nobody won again last night in the Powerball.
Oh, did they not?
Nope, it's up to 1.5 billion.
Well, we got to get more tickets, right? Or those don't count anymore, do they?
No, you have to pay it again.
All right, look, I know it's a money grab, but they ought to keep drawing until somebody wins.
Oh, you like draw those same tickets?
Yeah, like if
yeah.
we do, you've got to be present to win a prize.
Yeah,
We draw. Okay, they're not here. We give them a minute. Okay, let's draw again.
yeah.
I like them making money. I mean, just think. I mean, if we invest another $100, we're only 300 into it, and we make 1.5 billion. That's worth it.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, we're not going to win.
Are we going to try again, though?
I'm sure we will.
I mean, Lunsford says he's in. Oh, he says he's going to go to the state line and get some tickets, so we don't even have to ask Matt Murphy to get them this time. All right, Lunsford, I still owe you $10 from this last one. I meant to give it to you today. I'll give it to you tomorrow. I'll give you a 20.
You got mine, right, Lunsford?
I like that Lunsford's headed that way to get them for us. Matt Murphy, very kind, our former colleague at Talk 99.5. He went across. He was up there in Nashville. He works at WWTN now, the big station in Nashville. Matt's doing a great job, and he went and bought us some. Lottery tickets. I appreciate him doing that. You want some water, Rocky? What is that,
I meant to tell
Do
you
you have
guys.
your gum on the side of it? I'm okay, thank you.
I talked to our buddy Steve Powers today from Floribama.
That's
We've been
right.
talking this week.
Speaking
a
of
couple
Ocean
times.
City, yeah,
Yeah, Dave brings up the Ocean City people saw how well the Floribama remotes went.
they did go well.
I've got us a place for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Army, Navy. It's already done.
All right,
Same
And-
place we were in.
No, it's the one next door. So,
Alabama side, not Florida side.
yeah. But I've got us a place for 3 nights, and we are going to be doing some specialty shows, and listeners are going to be involved somehow.
Oh,
So we got a couple of things. We're about to start doing some advertising.
Yep.
And so we'll be letting people know in the next week or so exactly how they can get involved.
All right. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Army, Navy weekend.
Yep.
All right.
So
right after the
so
SEC
after the game-
championship.
After our show Thursday, we'll
figure that out.
Yeah.
What about getting Rockstar on a stage down there? Can he come with us and sing? Do you want to come or do you want to wait?
If they get me on stage, I'll play.
Yeah, we need to check out.
I'll have to check with some folks now.
Yeah.
can't
you're
just-
about to hit the road, son.
yeah,
you know?
I can't agree to that right now.
Yeah, right. And finally, before we go, Michael says, Rockstar, do you have a story of a guest that maybe was a pain as you got them set up? Rockstar is I'll say this, like Rockstar is my gauge, which we don't do a ton of phone guests anymore. Most of our guests are video. But back in the day, we did a ton of phone guests, and Rockstar was always my gauge. I figured if they treated Rockstar well, they were probably pretty nice people.
There has not been since this venue that we've done, there has not been one that's been rude yet that I can say that's in memory that has been blatantly rude to me or saying like I only have some people always had to have a flight. Always,
I'm about to get on a flight.
Tell the guys I got 3 minutes. I'm at a gate.
You literally agreed to
Yeah.
this time slot, knowing
Every
what
time
time your flight would be.
Every time I call, all disheveled, and I was like, "I'm sorry."
we quit calling that guy, by the way.
Yeah, but
that guy was on a flight all the time.
so, but no, that since we started this venue, there has not been anybody that's been super rude to me or short with me. So they've been really good.
When you used to have to do it, I always like for you to say who the nicest ones were.
Buster Olney.
Buster, Rockstar always says Buster is the nicest guy in the world.
Furman's awesome.
Furman.
Furman always talk. Luganbill's always great.
Yep, Luke's a nice dude.
And a lot of these people don't talk to anymore because you go through Zoom now.
Yeah.
So they just pop on. Who am I missing?
Nice people.
Yeah.
You always said the one that jumps out, though, is Buster, because
Yeah.
Buster's a pretty big name.
Yeah.
And Rockstar has always
Thank you,
told me
man.
how nice Buster is.
Yeah, just nice and cordial.
Which I've dealt with him, too.
But
But
I also don't ask him baseball questions. I don't care. Like I don't like. It's like, hey, can you believe the Guardians these days? What do you think about their starter pitching this week? It's like I'm not going to ask him any questions.
Clay's nice to you. I mean, you
Clay's
go-
in a hurry always. Clay's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
here's one. Brock
Oh
Hewitt.
yeah, Brock Heward's awesome.
What's he always say?
No,
Back when you used to call
no,
it.
the power trio.
That's the power trio.
We have the whole power trio today. No, Brown's out today. Oh, big time in me today, huh?
You do kind of sound like Brock when you do
Big
that.
time in me today.
Yeah. Just in my dealings with him, I would agree with Rockstar. Brock is incredibly nice. Buster's incredibly nice. Yeah, I would agree with you on that. I love Klatt. Klatt's as nice as he
That's
can be.
great, but Klatt's on Zoom now,
Yeah, he's
so
on Zoom.
I don't really get to talk to him.
All right, well, that's going to do it for the live show. This thing, of course, is going to be archived. You can watch it anytime you want if you want to go back and see our answer to some of these questions. But we're here for another hour.
Yeah, please drop by. It's Bud Light Game Night. We do it every Thursday, getting ready for the Texans and Eagles. Not a great game there. We got a really good, what looks to be college football game. Appalachian State at Coastal Carolina. We've got Game 5, a pivotal game in the World Series. So come out, join us. $3 Bud Lights, $3 Mick Ultras. We've got prize packs to give away. All you've got to do is come down, drink a beer with us, scan that QR code, and we'll get you hooked up.
Seriously, Appalachian State's favorite in that one.
Yep.
Okay. And you like that?
Possibly.
That's going to do it for Bud Light Game Night. Thank you to the good people here at Still Gastropub. Come by and see them in Lakeview. We're here until 7 o'clock. We will see you tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. Have a great night.